Hey guys, I'm Corey, this is Made Shape Crate, and we are testing paint. So, as you guys have followed me on this customizing journey, I have been using Vallejo paint. I've always used Vallejo paint. If you go back to the Nightwing custom, which was the first one I did, I used Vallejo paint on that. All the Masters ones, starting with the Battle Armor Faker, all the way on to now. I've used other paints along with them, but they have always been like my main go-to paint. In every video, you know, there's a sequence of me showing you which colors I use, and they're always the Vallejos, because that's what I knew to do. I started out getting the idea to do this by watching like Toy Ploy, and Toy Ploy uses Vallejo. This is not to say that that is wrong or whatever, because I don't know. I literally haven't opened these yet. But I was a couple weeks ago on a live stream on Oz's channel, and Art by Ackerman suggested not only this super clear, which I used in the last video, but also Pro Acrylics. I have not used these before. I literally just got these today in the mail. They are unopened. All I've done is taken them out of the mailer box. So I thought it might be cool to kind of take two figures, kind of paint them with each, and kind of see which one's better and which one I like more, and if there's a difference or if it's just kind of like personal preference. I don't know. We're gonna find out. We'll find out together, right? So let's go do that. All right, so let's go ahead and crack this open. Like I said, I have not opened this yet. It is still sealed. Unlike the Vallejos, this comes in like, we'll say, a much nicer thing. Yeah, this is like 2 trays. They're similar size. This is like the starter kit. This was $108 on Amazon. I think shipping was like $5 or $6 or something like that. And it looked like a pretty good set to start with. I will say, some things I see that I did not get in one of my starter packs from Vallejo is more, like I got flesh color. I didn't get a flesh color, I don't think, in my starter pack for Vallejo. I didn't have browns at all. The closest thing I had was like a red, dark red or something like that. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, the color selection in this seems a lot more aimed towards getting you a little bit of everything. A good starting point. Kind of like with this, it looks like I could basically be okay and not have to get an updated kit for a pretty long time, honestly. It's a nice yellow. I didn't get a good yellow. I think you got like a school bus yellow. I had to order one. Yeah, so first impressions are, this is really nice, and I do like that these kind of stack right up on top of each other and kind of get out of the way pretty easy. They'll probably not stay in this. They'll probably get transferred over to the other case. But that being said, that is pretty cool. The bottles look like, ooh, you don't take the cap all the way off. Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that. You have to open unseal each one. Yes, you do. So this is kind of like a, I guess a glue bottle or whatever, where you would undo each one and kind of do them. That's pretty cool. Wow. I like this. Run out of things to say, guys. Let's get started. Okay, so for testing, for the most part, I'm going to stick to standard colors. So let me go get some standard colors to match these of the Vallejos. One thing I will say, and I'm not, again, not real far into the Pro Acrylic side of this, but one thing that's always been confusing with the Vallejos is they have sub-brands. Like, they have ones that are just for airbrushing, and they have ones that are for this and for that. And so, like, for a long time, the game ones, I didn't realize, I thought they were like, I wasn't sure if they were a different brand or whatever. I got really confused when I ordered them. But they aren't. They are just 4, I think these are actually 4 miniatures, where these are for kind of whatever. But they act the same way, so it's weird. But then when you order them separately, they kind of come like this, which is, again, like, it's the same thing. I don't know. And you would think, like, and correct me if I'm wrong, comment down below if you've had a different experience. But, like, even going to the website and trying to search by this number, the pictures online don't look like the number, or don't look like the bottles. So it's like, is that the right one? Did they change it or whatever? So, I don't know. Anyway, so we're just going to kind of start with, like, your basic primary and secondary colors. So, basically, boom, 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 and boom. Okay? Right off the bat, these look like they're bigger bottles, but they actually might not be. These are just a little shorter and fatter, and these are a little narrower and taller. So, ounce-wise, they're probably... No, these are bigger. These are 17 milliliters. These are 22 milliliters. So they are slightly bigger. So you're getting a little more for your money. It might not be a big difference, because some of these I've had for the entire 4 years I've been doing this, and I've never had to get a replacement. Other ones, like this royal blue, I have had to get replacements. But you know, blue is a pretty popular color, and so that is to be expected, I think. So we are going to go. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of put some of each down, and then we can kind of test them. I have a so to speak, a test figure behind me that we can use and go from there. Okay, so my first instinct or first impression is I feel like the Pro Acrylics are brighter. Not sure if that's necessarily a good thing or not, but it is brighter. So, let's see. We're going to use this body because it has kind of everything we need. It has the 2 different plastics, the whole 9. So, so just no one can say the brushes were whatever. These are brand new brushes, sealed. Actually, I can't even get the one out. That's how sealed it is. So, brand new brushes. Didn't use an existing canvas or a palette, whatever. So, we're going to kind of, I guess, make a rainbow man and kind of use both side by side and see how it feels. Okay, so far, this is what I'm kind of seeing. The Pro Acrylics do not really like, for the most part, being watered down. So if you don't know, this side of the figure is the Pro Acrylics, and this side is the Vallejo. The Vallejo takes water and takes being watered down a lot better. The Pro Acrylics are already a little thinner, so you don't really have to water them down as much. But that being said, some of the colors I feel like the yellow, I mean, I guess it, now that it's drying, it kind of could cover just as well. But like, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking that this is kind of going to be down to a personal preference. I don't know if one necessarily is better than the other. So far, I still got a couple colors to use. I mean, obviously, I have a lot of colors to use, but out of the ones I'm going to test, I have just a couple left. So, let's try them and see where we go. So another big thing on doing customs is you have to mix colors almost all the time. Very rarely are you just gonna open up a bottle and be like, you know what, that's the perfect color right out the bottle. I don't have to do anything to it. Almost always you have to mix colors. So we're going to mix some of these colors and apply them and see how that looks. Okay, so it's been about 2 hours, and to be 100% honest, I don't see a difference. This is both paints on the exact same figure, and if you didn't watch me paint this, I don't know if you could tell which one's which. So guys, is there a visible difference between Vallejo and Pro Acrylic? I don't think there is. Now, to be fair, this was all done in a day, and I could be doing something totally wrong. I did not use any primer, so maybe that's what I need to try. Let's prime a figure and try using both these paints with primer and see how that does. Okay, so like I said, this is, I just primed the outside of them, which is some white primer. Nothing special. And we're going to try applying the paint to this, see if it works better. So, unsurprisingly, they do paint better on a prime figure. That's not surprising, right? But that being said, I also don't notice a difference between the two of them on a prime figure. I didn't really notice the difference on a non-prime figure. So, like, are these just basically the same? I kind of think they are. And that's kind of what I was leaning to earlier. Like, this one's been painted for a while now, and like the Pro Acrylic does kind of seem like it's a little more scratch proof. Actually, it's a lot more scratch proof. Is that the benefit, maybe? No. Oh, yeah. It's a little more durable. I will say that. It is, actually, it's a lot more durable. So that's where its strength is. Its strength is in its durability, apparently. Which, okay, that's good to know. So, okay, now I feel like we have an answer to this question. So back to the question, is there a difference, or is one better than the other between Vallejo and Pro Acrylic? Kind of hard question to answer. So in painting and in vibrancy and ease and stuff like that, there's not really a difference, guys. But it does seem like Pro Acrylic is a little more durable. Like, it adheres a little better. It doesn't scratch off quite as easily. So if you're just starting out and you need to get your foot in the door and you just want to get painting, go with Vallejo. If you want to just start right off the gate with something that's going to be a little more durable, or if you're doing commission work and stuff like that, maybe use the Pro Acrylic. But once you put a top coat on either of these, I'm going to assume that that will kind of negate that to a point. But your results may vary. I don't think I'm going to get rid of all my Vallejos. But at the same time, there for a while, I was like, oh, maybe I need to return these. I don't think I will. I think I'll give them a try for a little while and see. I think they maybe edge out just a little bit, but not much. Are they worth $108 for 12 of them, or for 24 of them? Maybe. I mean, these were, I want to say 50. They're about the same price. They're a comparable price. And especially seeing how you got bigger bottles, they're probably about the same price actually. Knocking stuff over. So that being said, which creator do you like, and which person do you want telling you to do what? Like, I don't know the answer. I don't know if I really got a definitive answer. It feels like the Pro Acrylics are a little more durable. They both paint just about as easily. I do feel like the Pro Acrylic's a little thinner, but it still covers about the same, so I don't know. I don't know. The Vallejos, if you're starting from scratch with no primer and stuff like that, I do feel like they work a little better. Pro Acrylic seems to shine a little more when it's primed. Other than that, and durability, that's about all it's got. But again, if the primer's not durable, then I mean, there's so many things you can knock off this list. So they're both comparable to each other, but Pro Acrylic is slightly better. Not much. It's not like, oh my god, it's the best thing ever. No, it's not. Vallejo will do you just fine. But Pro Acrylic will probably last you longer. So hopefully this indecisive video told you something. Maybe your take on any of this will be completely different than mine, and that's okay. If so, please let me know down in the comments, and let's talk about it down there. Be nice, because just because my opinion might be different than yours, or your opinion might be different from someone else's down there, does not make any of them wrong. Okay, so just be nice. Anyway, guys, hopefully you like this. There's gonna be a playlist of customs I've done so far up here. I'm gonna put the chrome. No, I'm gonna put the tips and tricks video down here. You can subscribe down here, and I'll see you in the next video. See you guys.